We often think of our dogs as more than just pets, they're family. And like any family member, we want to share everything with them, including our food. It's easy to fall for those big, pleading eyes when you're enjoying a snack. But did you know that some of the most common foods in your kitchen could be dangerous, even deadly, to your furry friend? Understanding what foods can harm your dog is crucial to keeping them safe and healthy. Understanding the unique metabolism of dogs. Dogs have very different metabolisms compared to humans. What may be nutritious or harmless for us can cause serious health issues for them. This difference is not just about the types of food they can digest, but also how their bodies process these foods. The way dogs metabolize certain substances can lead to toxicity, which is why it's vital to be aware of what you're feeding them. Research studies, including a report published in the Journal of Veterinary Emergency and Critical Care in 2018, have shown that many pet owners are unaware of the risks posed by common household foods. This lack of awareness can lead to accidental poisonings, some of which are fatal. Today, we'll delve into 22 foods that can be particularly dangerous for dogs, explaining why they pose a risk and what symptoms to watch for if your dog accidentally consumes them. Avocados, a hidden threat in your kitchen. Avocados are often touted as a superfood for humans, packed with healthy fats, vitamins, and fiber. However, for dogs, avocados can be quite harmful. The danger lies in a compound called persin, a fungicidal toxin that is relatively harmless to humans but can cause significant health issues in dogs. When dogs ingest persin, it can lead to fluid accumulation around the heart, lungs, and abdomen, which can result in breathing difficulties and even death. Additionally, avocado pits are particularly dangerous because they can cause choking or gastrointestinal blockages. Even if your dog isn't interested in the fruit itself, the pit can be an attractive object to chew on, which is why it's essential to keep avocados out of reach. Garlic, the hidden poison in your meals. Garlic is a staple ingredient in many of our favorite dishes, but it's also one of the most dangerous foods for dogs. Garlic contains thiosulfate, a compound that dogs are unable to digest effectively. When garlic is ingested, thiosulfate builds up in a dog's system and can lead to hemolytic anemia, a condition where the red blood cells are destroyed faster than the body can replace them. A study published in the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals highlights that even small amounts of garlic can be toxic to dogs, causing symptoms such as vomiting, diarrhea, and lethargy. In severe cases, it can lead to organ damage or death. Therefore, it's important to be cautious about feeding your dog any food that might contain garlic, such as certain meats, sauces, or broths. Macadamia nuts, a tasty but dangerous snack. Macadamia nuts are another food that's healthy for humans but can be extremely harmful to dogs. These nuts contain a toxin that affects a dog's nervous system, leading to symptoms such as weakness, vomiting, and tremors. The exact mechanism of how macadamia nuts cause these symptoms is still not entirely understood, but the effects are well documented. A research article in the Australian Veterinary Journal from 2016 discussed several cases where dogs became severely ill after ingesting macadamia nuts. The study found that even a small amount of these nuts can lead to serious complications, including temporary paralysis. Therefore, it's crucial to keep macadamia nuts far away from your dog's reach. Chocolate. The sweet treat that can turn deadly chocolate is one of the most well-known toxic foods for dogs, yet it remains a common cause of accidental poisoning. The danger comes from theobromine and caffeine, both of which are stimulants that dogs cannot metabolize effectively. Theobromine, in particular, can cause a range of symptoms depending on the amount ingested, including vomiting, diarrhea, seizures, and even death. Dark chocolate and baking chocolate are particularly dangerous due to their high theobromine content. According to a study published in the Journal of Small Animal Practice in 2017, chocolate ingestion remains one of the most common causes of dog poisoning, with thousands of cases reported each year. Even a small amount can be harmful, so it's essential to resist the urge to share chocolate with your dog, no matter how much they beg. Xylitol, the sweetener that isn't so sweet. Xylitol is a sugar substitute commonly found in sugar-free gum, candies, and baked goods. While it's perfectly safe for humans, it's incredibly toxic to dogs. Xylitol can cause a rapid release of insulin in dogs, leading to a dangerous drop in blood sugar levels known as hypoglycemia. This can occur within minutes of ingestion and can be life-threatening if not treated promptly. In addition to hypoglycemia, xylitol can also cause liver failure in dogs. A study published in Veterinary and Human Toxicology in 2015 found that even a small amount of xylitol can be fatal to dogs, making it one of the most dangerous food items on this list. If you have any products containing xylitol in your home, it's critical to keep them out of your dog's reach. Yeast dough. The rising danger. Unbaked yeast dough can be a severe hazard for dogs. When a dog ingests yeast dough, the warm, moist environment of their stomach causes the dough to rise, leading to bloating and potentially dangerous twists in the stomach, known as gastric dilatation volvulus. Additionally, as the yeast ferments, it produces ethanol, which can lead to alcohol poisoning in dogs. According to the Journal of the American Veterinary Medical Association, cases of dogs ingesting yeast dough are more common than you might think, particularly around the holidays when people are baking more often. The symptoms of yeast dough ingestion include bloating, vomiting, and severe abdominal pain. Immediate veterinary intervention is usually required to prevent life-threatening complications. Cooked bones, a dangerous treat. Many dog owners believe that bones are a natural treat for their pets, but cooked bones can be incredibly dangerous. Unlike raw bones, which are softer, cooked bones are brittle and can easily splinter when chewed. These splinters can cause a range of problems, from minor injuries to the mouth and gums to severe complications like perforations in the digestive tract. A review published in the British Veterinary Journal emphasized that cooked bones should never be given to dogs due to the high risk of injury. The study highlighted cases where dogs suffered from serious internal injuries after consuming cooked bones, leading to costly surgeries and, in some cases, death. If you want to give your dog a bone, always opt for raw bones that are appropriately sized for your dog's breed. Raisins and grapes, tiny fruits, big problems. Raisins and grapes may seem like harmless snacks, but they are highly toxic to dogs. Even a small amount can cause acute kidney failure, which can be fatal. The exact toxin in grapes and raisins that causes this reaction is still unknown, but the effects are well documented. Symptoms of grape or raisin toxicity include vomiting, diarrhea, lethargy, and decreased urine production. And a case study published in the Journal of the American Animal Hospital Association in 2014 detailed several incidents where dogs experienced sudden kidney failure after ingesting raisins or grapes. The study concluded that all dogs, regardless of size or breed, are at risk, and even a few grapes or raisins can be enough to cause severe harm. Therefore, it's crucial to keep these fruits out of reach and ensure that your dog does not have access to any foods containing them. Caffeine, more than just an energy boost. Caffeine is a stimulant that affects dogs much more severely than it does humans. Found in coffee, tea, energy drinks, and certain medications, caffeine can cause rapid heart rate, hyperactivity, tremors, and in severe cases, seizures and death in dogs. The toxicity of caffeine is dose-dependent, meaning that even small amounts can be harmful, especially for smaller dogs. The Journal of Veterinary Internal Medicine published a study in 2013 that highlighted the dangers of caffeine ingestion in dogs. The study found that caffeine poisoning is often the result of accidental ingestion of coffee grounds, tea bags, or energy drinks left within a dog's reach. If your dog consumes anything containing caffeine, immediate veterinary care is essential to prevent potentially fatal complications. Rhubarb, the hidden vegetable hazard. Rhubarb is a vegetable that's often used in desserts, but it can be highly toxic to dogs. Rhubarb contains oxalic acid, which can cause kidney failure in dogs. The symptoms of rhubarb poisoning include excessive drooling, vomiting, diarrhea, tremors, and bloody urine. If left untreated, rhubarb poisoning can be fatal. A study published in the Journal of Toxicology and Environmental Health in 2012 found that dogs that ingested rhubarb showed severe symptoms of toxicity, including acute kidney failure. The study recommended that dog owners avoid feeding their pets any part of the rhubarb plant and ensure that any products containing rhubarb are kept out of reach. Leeks and onions, the dangerous alliums. Leeks and onions, like garlic, belong to the allium family and are highly toxic to dogs. These vegetables contain compounds that can damage a dog's red blood cells, leading to anemia. The symptoms of leek or onion poisoning can take several days to appear and may include weakness, vomiting, diarrhea, and pale gums. Research published in the Journal of the American Veterinary Medical Association in 2015 found that allium poisoning is more common in dogs that have been fed table scraps containing onions, garlic, or leeks. The study emphasized the importance of keeping these vegetables out of your dog's diet to prevent serious health issues. Alcohol, not just for humans. It might seem obvious that you shouldn't give your dog alcohol, but many everyday products contain alcohol that could be harmful if ingested by your pet. These include mouthwash, cleaning products, and even some perfumes. Alcohol poisoning in dogs can cause vomiting, poor breathing, and muscle coordination issues. In severe cases, it can be fatal. A study in the Journal of Veterinary Emergency and Critical Care from 2011 highlighted the risks associated with alcohol poisoning in dogs. The study found that even small amounts of alcohol can lead to serious health complications and recommended that dog owners be vigilant about keeping alcohol-containing products away from their pets. Salt, the silent killer. Salt is an essential part of our diet, but it can be deadly for dogs. Ingesting too much salt can lead to salt poisoning, which causes symptoms such as vomiting, diarrhea, tremors, seizures, and even death. The danger is particularly high if a dog consumes salty foods like chips, pretzels, or salted meats. The Journal of Small Animal Practice published a study in 2010 that examined cases of salt poisoning in dogs. The study found that salt poisoning is often the result of dogs being given human snacks or accidentally consuming large amounts of salt from items like rock salt or Play-Doh. To protect your dog, it's crucial to keep salty foods and products out of their reach. Citrus oil, a fragrant danger. Citrus oil is commonly found in essential oils and cleaning products, but it can be toxic to dogs. Ingesting or even coming into contact with citrus oil can lead to symptoms such as vomiting, diarrhea, and liver failure. Some dogs may also experience skin irritation if they come into contact with products containing citrus oil. A study published in the Journal of Veterinary Science in 2014 found that citrus oil toxicity is often the result of dogs licking or ingesting products that contain the oil. The study recommended that dog owners avoid using products with citrus oil in areas where their pets could be exposed. Dairy, a common culprit for gastrointestinal issues. Many dogs are lactose intolerant, meaning they cannot properly digest dairy products like milk, cheese, or ice cream. Consuming dairy can lead to gastrointestinal issues such as diarrhea, vomiting, and stomach cramps. While dairy is not typically life-threatening, it can cause significant discomfort for your dog and may require a trip to the vet if symptoms are severe. According to a study published in the Journal of Animal Physiology and Animal Nutrition in 2016, lactose intolerance is common among dogs, especially as they age. The study advised dog owners to limit dairy intake and consider alternative treats that are easier on a dog's digestive system. Cat food, not just for cats. It might seem like a good idea to let your dog nibble on some cat food if you run out of their regular kibble, but cat food is formulated with a different nutritional balance that can be harmful to dogs. Cat food is typically higher in fat and protein, which can cause gastrointestinal upset, obesity, and pancreatitis in dogs if consumed regularly. A study in the Journal of Nutrition in 2017 highlighted the differences in dietary needs between cats and dogs, emphasizing that while a small amount of cat food won't cause immediate harm, it's not suitable as a regular part of a dog's diet. The study recommended that dog owners stick to food specifically designed for their pets to ensure they receive the proper nutrients. Bacon, a tempting but dangerous treat. Bacon is a favorite food for many people, but it's not something you should share with your dog. Bacon is high in fat and salt, both of which can be harmful to dogs. The high fat content can lead to pancreatitis, a painful and potentially life-threatening condition, while the salt can contribute to salt poisoning. The Journal of Veterinary Internal Medicine published a study in 2013 that found a strong link between the consumption of high-fat foods like bacon and the development of pancreatitis in dogs. The study recommended that dog owners avoid feeding their pets bacon and other fatty meats to prevent this serious condition. Tobacco, a toxic temptation. While it's unlikely that you would intentionally give your dog tobacco, nicotine poisoning can occur if your dog chews on cigarettes, cigars, or nicotine patches. Nicotine is highly toxic to dogs and can cause symptoms, such as vomiting, diarrhea, abnormal heart rate, and in severe cases, paralysis or death. A case study published in the Journal of Veterinary Toxicology in 2014 documented several incidents of nicotine poisoning in dogs, emphasizing the need for pet owners to keep all tobacco products out of reach. The study highlighted that even small amounts of nicotine can be fatal, so it's crucial to be vigilant about where you store these items. Nutmeg, the spice that can cause hallucinations. Nutmeg is a common spice used in baking, but it contains a compound called myristicin, which can be toxic to dogs. Ingesting large amounts of nutmeg can cause symptoms such as hallucinations, seizures, and even death. While baked goods containing small amounts of nutmeg are unlikely to cause harm, it's still important to keep the spice itself out of your dog's reach. A study published in the Journal of the American Veterinary Medical Association in 2016 explored the effects of nutmeg toxicity in dogs, and recommended that pet owners avoid giving their dogs any foods containing the spice. The study also noted that while nutmeg poisoning is rare, it can be severe, making prevention key. Peach pits, a hidden cyanide risk. Peach pits contain a compound called amygdalin, which can release cyanide when ingested. If your dog chews on a peach pit, they could be at risk of cyanide poisoning, which can cause symptoms such as difficulty breathing, shock, and even death. In addition to the risk of poisoning, peach pits can also cause choking or gastrointestinal blockages. The Journal of Veterinary Emergency and Critical Care published a study in 2018 that examined cases of cyanide poisoning in dogs who ingested peach pits. The study found that prompt treatment is essential for survival, but the best course of action is to prevent access to peach pits altogether. Mustard, not just a condiment. Mustard is another common condiment that can be toxic to dogs. Mustard seeds contain compounds that can cause gastrointestinal irritation and vomiting in dogs. In fact, some veterinarians use mustard to induce vomiting in dogs that have ingested something toxic, which highlights its potency. A study published in the Journal of Veterinary Science in 2015 found that even small amounts of mustard can cause stomach upset in dogs. The study recommended that dog owners avoid feeding their pets any foods containing mustard and be cautious with other condiments as well. Fat trimmings, a risky leftover. It might be tempting to give your dog the fat trimmings from your meat, but this can be dangerous. Fat trimmings are high in fat and can lead to pancreatitis, a painful inflammation of the pancreas. In some cases, high-fat foods can also cause blood infections, which can be life-threatening. The Journal of Small Animal Practice published a study in 2014 that found a strong link between the consumption of high-fat foods and the development of pancreatitis in dogs. The study recommended that dog owners avoid feeding their pets fat trimmings and opt for healthier treats instead. Conclusion: protecting your dog's health. As loving pet owners, it's our responsibility to ensure that our dogs are safe and healthy. While it might be tempting to share your food with your furry friend, it's important to remember that many of the foods we enjoy can be harmful or even deadly to them. By being aware of the dangers and keeping these foods out of reach, you can help ensure that your dog lives a long, healthy, and happy life. Remember, when in doubt, stick to dog-specific treats and foods, and always consult with your veterinarian if you have any concerns about your dog's diet. Protect your pup. Today, don't let an innocent mistake turn into a tragedy. Share this information with fellow pet owners, and let's create a safer world for our furry friends. Hit that subscribe button for more life-saving tips and tricks to keep your dog healthy and happy.
Enjoying the great outdoors.
Join the community of caring pet owners. Every dog deserves a safe, loving home. Help us spread awareness by sharing this video with your friends and family. Together, we can ensure that every dog lives a long, healthy life. Stay informed, stay safe. Knowledge is the first line of defense. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe so you never miss crucial updates that could protect your pet's life. Act now for your dog's health. Your dog's health is in your hands. Start by keeping these dangerous foods out of reach and always check before you share. Subscribe for more essential tips, and let's keep our furry friends safe, one meal at a time. Be a hero for your dog. You have the power to prevent an emergency. Take what you've learned today, apply it, and share it with others. Subscribe and stay informed to be the hero your dog believes you are. To encourage immediate action, promote sharing of the information, and build a community of informed and responsible pet owners. Thanks for watching.